Our worst nightmare is happening. We are being replaced in our own country. And Keir Starmer, as far as I'm concerned, is doing nothing to stop it. Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video we're going to discuss the news that we are being replaced in our own country. This is not conspiracy theory, this is not far-right racism or anything insidiously disgusting like that. No. This is actual fact. Now, before I get into it, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And as a disclaimer, I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it with this. Being reported by The Telegraph, white British people will be a minority in 40 years, a report is claiming. And so here, an analysis of migration, birth and death rates up to the end of the 21st century is predicting that white British people will decline from their current position as 73% of the population to 57% by 2050. And then in just over 10 years' time after that, we're apparently going to slip into the minority at 2063. Now, this research was conducted by Professor Matt Goodwin of Buckingham University, and he's suggesting that by the end of the century, the white British share of the population could have fallen to around 33.7%, essentially a third. His study is also projecting a very big rise in the proportion of the UK population comprising of foreign-born and second-generation immigrants, from below 20% to 33.5%, within the next 25 years. If this isn't gonna be the catalyst for Keir Starmer to shut our freaking borders and turn every single freaking dinghy back to France and completely kick out all the illegal immigrants that shouldn't be here already, nothing will at this point. Nothing will. We are seeing, as far as I'm concerned, every single day the erosion of British society and the invasion of foreigners to this country. Here's the report itself. By 2063, we are going to be considered a minority in our own country. Think about it. Even me saying that out loud is blowing my freaking mind. This is Britain. This is the UK. British people. A Christian country. It shouldn't be anything else. It shouldn't turn into anything else. You come to this country, you abide by our way of life, our society. You don't piss off elsewhere, as far as I'm concerned at this point. Now, by 2100, the study is predicting that 6 in 10 people in the UK will either not have been born in the UK or will have at least one immigrant parent. Does that send shivers down your spine? And to me, this is all as a result of the illegal immigration that we are experiencing right now. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of unchecked illegal immigrants are breaking into our country. And this is going to be the long-term harmful effect to all of us. You think it's bad now? In only a few decades, it's getting worse, according to this study. Now, the Muslim population, which currently stands at around 7%, is estimated to increase to more than 1 in 10 at 11.2% within the next 25 years, and then account for 1 in 5, which is around 19.2% of all people in the UK by the end of the century. Professor Goodwin, an honorary professor at Kent University, said the research, which is based on the Office of National Statistics and Census data, raised profound questions about the capacity of the UK state to both absorb and manage this scale of demographic change. In his report, he said the findings were certain to spark a considerable degree of anxiety, concern and political opposition among many voters who favoured lowering immigration and slowing the pace of change in order to maintain the symbols, traditions, culture and ways of life of the traditional majority group. And that's not being racist. That is just being protective of our own culture, our own society, our own way of doing things, our own laws, which at the moment are completely being flaunted, seeing as I reported a few months back, the UK is literally now designated as the Western capital of the world for freaking Sharia court. We've got over 80 of them apparently in this country, more than any others in the Western world. We are being replaced. Wake the F up. And if that's not scaring you, like it's scaring me, look at this headline as well from the Telegraph. White British children are now a minority at 1 in 4 schools. In a quarter of our schools, white British children are now the minority. Analysis of school census data collected from more than 21,500 primaries and secondary schools in January shows that in a quarter of them, the majority of the cohort, the majority of the student population is recorded as an ethnic minority or white non-British. As Tommy Robinson is saying right here, what is it going to take to wake you up? We are being replaced. Look at the findings from this study. When you look at the findings, how can you not come to the conclusion that we are being replaced? By 2063, white Britons we're going to be the minority. Anyone turning around and saying, oh, no, you're not going to be replaced. Well, reconcile that with this study that's saying that by 2063, white British people are going to be the minority. If that's not us being replaced, I don't know what is, right? But here, I'm going to leave you guys with this clip that was shared by Basil the Great at Basil_TGMD. This is from GB News. They're discussing, this report and that white Britons are going to be classed as the majority in 40 years' time. Listen to what this lady has to say.
I spoke with you briefly about it before, and I'm a mother of a nearly 4-year-old. We live in a really quintessential British countryside place, and we don't really see the sort of diversities that are coming into the country. But then when we go into bigger towns, especially coming into London today, you see the diversity, and obviously you see all the boat crossings on the telly, and it is keeping me awake at night. I'm losing sleep over it. What is the country going to be like when our son grows up?
Millions of us in this country are sharing the same concerns and fears as to what this lady is eloquently saying right now.
It's giving me nightmares.
So you are worried about the country that your son's going to live in. I mean, that must be quite...
Well, it's not just being worried about the country that our children's going to live in the future, but we're talking only a matter of decades here. We're in 2025 right now. We're going to be classed as a minority by about 2063. Guys, we're talking less than 4 decades. That's in my lifetime. Might be in a lot of your guys' lifetime as well, if you're watching this right now. So, yeah, I'm fearful, of course, of the Britain, the UK, that our children are going to be growing up in the future. But I'm also fearful for myself. Because a lot of these immigrants that are breaking into our country, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I don't think they believe in equality when it comes to women. Just remind me again, okay? Who is getting done for the child gang rape crimes? Who's getting done on that one? Who's getting prosecuted on that one? How many times, right, do we wake up to a terrorist attack being made on our shores and it being made predominantly by someone that isn't British or by someone who, let's put it this way, doesn't believe in Christianity? I'm just asking for a friend, guys. What do you think?
Quite bad for you, really, genuinely. It's a worry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what is it that worries you most? Do you mind me asking? Is it things like crime rates or what do you think?
Honestly, I've got a bit of a thing about terrorist attacks, and I'm scared to get on the tube. Like, I'm looking around me thinking, like, who's there, you know? And it is obviously the people that are coming over in these boats. Where are the women and children? They're all fighting age men, you know, they're all coming in. Then Keir Starmer's saying we need to prepare for war, and he's going to send off all of our people. Who's going to be left to look after us? And that's where my mind goes with it.
Well, thank you very much for...
Couldn't have said it better, Miss Anne. For everything that we are seeing, I think it's pretty reasonable, especially with the publication of that whole study, to conclude that slowly but surely we are being replaced. By 2063, we're going to be considered a minority in our own country. Wake the F up! Wake the F up! I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next general election. We need new leadership. We need more radical leadership to take us in the opposite direction that Keir Starmer's forcing us to go down. We need it now. We need it now. We've got 4 more years of two-tier Keir. Do you think, as a country, we can actually survive 4 more years of two-tier Keir and his Labour government? I don't think so. Do you? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, of course, there's going to be more. You do not want to miss my next video. Then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here at Political Nerds. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. When you look at that study, do you think we're being replaced? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.